Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that was suggested to me by one of my subscribers, and that topic refers to education in Jamaica, the future that it promises, and pretty much name brand school versus so-called regular school. I'm going to be speaking in as much layman terms as possible because I want every single person that's watching this video to truly understand where I'm coming from. Recently, I uploaded a video, and somewhere in the video I mentioned the literacy rate. No, I didn't mention the literacy rate. I actually mentioned that my wish for Jamaica's literacy rate is that it increase about 50% more. A few people contested me on it, but they wanted to be sure that I'm aware that Jamaica's literacy rate is in the high 80s. I'm quite aware that Jamaica literacy rate is in the high 80s. Before I made a comment, I actually did a research via UNESCO, and it told me that Jamaica's literacy rate was 88.1 at the time. However, what I actually meant by that statement was not the basic Jamaicans who know how to read and write, but I was pretty much referring to Jamaicans who are boxed in to just Jamaica. My wish for Jamaica is to see Jamaicans more worldly aware of what's going on currently and more up to date in their history. And then, as a country, as a nation, I think we will be a little bit more equipped heading towards the future. Not perfectly equipped, but a little bit more equipped. My theory is that a fish in the ocean and a fish in an aquarium sees the world in two completely different ways. So reading is one way of learning what's going on in the world, and secondly, traveling is another way. And today we've got the internet. We can actually bring happenings of the world, activities of the world to ourselves. Almost everyone these days has the smartphone in their pocket, have YouTube, have access to Google, and we can see what's going on. So that's pretty much what I meant by that. No disrespect to my subscribers. I love it when you guys contest me. I love it when you guys challenge my opinion, because like I always say in this channel, each one teach one. So where that was concerned, that was pretty much my bad for not elaborating and what do I mean by seeing the literacy rate advance. So now on to the subject of education and the future. Education is widely sold worldwide, and education can come cheap and education can be very expensive, depending on one's ambition or one's parents' ambition, But first I want to say, children are our future, and at the same time, the children, they are the ones that we can easily sell pipe dreams. And over generations, I would have to say, the world has been doing so with children. It has been selling children smoke for dreams, and children has made those smokes their goal, and they've chased them, and most time they just never reach them because they're indeed smoke, or they just keep moving the finish line further and further away. What I mean by that is a lot of parents and a lot of children do believe in education. A lot of children believe that if I am smart, if I get all the right grades, and if I graduate, and if I get the right diploma and the right certificate, that will be my foot into the front door. That's the theory. They have a slogan, education is the key. But that education is indeed the key, but we must ask ourselves, the key to what? The key to the gate, the key to the front door, the key to the future. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for education. I believe being an educated individual gives you a lot of advantage in this world. Not necessarily advantage to employment, but it does give you an advantage in this world to get by. So in Jamaica, there's always been name brand school, such as Calabar High School, which I attended, Kingston College, Jamaica College, Campion College, so on and so forth. There are a number of name brand school in Jamaica, and as children, when we get a chance to go to such schools, we believe that yes, we have accomplished something above the ordinary children. However, I must say to Jamaican children that if you do not attend one of these so-called name brand Ivy League school, it does not make you less intelligent than someone that attends these schools, and it does not make your future more bleak than someone who attends these schools. Education in itself is politics. There's a lot of politics that's involved in education because, like I said before, education is for sale and there's usually a price on these education. Before I went to Calabar High School, I was a straight A student. I attended what was then Central Branch All Age School. And if any Jamaicans that's watching this know Central Branch All Age School, you guys know that it's smack right between Jonestown and Orange Villa. Not the best neighborhoods to be smacked in between, especially in the late 70s, early 80s, when politics equaled violence and there was shooting all the time. We had to be ducking down in school and so on and so forth. When I attended that school, I was a straight A student, never had a B. Straight through that school, I was a straight A student. And then when it came to take the common entrance, I took the common entrance. Back then, common entrance, the result would come in the Gleaner on a Sunday. And everybody in my neighborhood and everybody in my school, including my teachers, expected my name to be in that Gleaner because you had two choices. And back then I chose Calabar and I chose St. George's College. My name didn't appear in the Gleaner. To my disappointment, to my neighborhood disappointment, to my school's disappointment, my name did not come in the Gleaner. So technically what I'm trying to say to you here, I was not selected to go to Calabar. However, I ended up going to Calabar through contacts, through hookup. You understand? And that's where the politics comes in. And when I say through hookup, in Jamaica, you tend to have to know somebody who knows somebody. And the somebody that my parents knew gave me a second chance. So I had to go to Calabar High School and I had to sit a secondary test at the school and pass that test, and that's how I attended Calabar. That's how I was accepted in Calabar High School. Politics. Back then, and I don't know if that still plays a part today, it doesn't matter how bright you are. Back then, it depended on your last name. When I attended Calabar High School, there was 90% uptown kids. It was 90% people with fancy last name or people whose parents are CEO for this and CEO for that and own this and own that. There was very little nobodies that was at Calabar High School when I attended it. The nobodies were usually track and field people that the school bought to play sports for them, to bring home the trophy. So I am happy that I could use a personal testimony to attest to this thing, to say, not because you weren't selected to go to so-called name brand high school doesn't make you less of an intelligent person. And I implore to the children that they should not let that affect their self-esteem. Be the best that you can be and learn the best that you can learn. I want Jamaican children to know that there are many successful people in this world that did not graduate, that did not finish school, and that did not go to Ivy League school. One just have to believe in themselves, and one just have to keep pushing. Education is good, but after the diplomas and after all the certificates and after all that knowledge is gathered, there is a harsh reality for a lot of children to face in this world. And that harsh reality is that that same politics extended itself over into the working world. And despite how qualified some of us are, we still end up jobless, or we end up doing some mediocre job. I see many people in my lifetime that were more educated than their boss. I see many people in my lifetime who were educated with bachelors and masters, and they were working in hotels, cleaning hotels' room. That same politics that extended itself over into the working world deprived a lot of educated people from their fair shot. I mean, only recently in the United States of America, some celebrity woman was exposed for offering hundreds of thousands to the school just to get her kids to the school. So it's not only in Jamaica these things go on. This is worldwide. That woman that got exposed, she just got exposed. But think about how many other celebrities done that before her. Take it away from thinking. How many, this is to my adult viewers that I'm talking to. How many times have you guys been employed by a company only to realize that you're way smarter than your supervisor, you're way more intelligent than your supervisor? How many times have our bosses shocked us that they didn't know A from bullfoot, as what we Jamaicans said? That's the corruption of the world, and sorry, we will never be able to get rid of this. So I just want this message to be sent to the children in Jamaica that name brand school or regular school, wear your epaulets with pride, wear your ties with pride, wear your uniform with pride, because at the end of the day, you are gaining an education. And you know, this is only a personal tip for me to tell the children that I know that entertainment is more exciting than education. And you guys with a smartphone spend so much more times with the fun and the games and the vines and the jokes. But because traveling can be expensive, I ask my Jamaican children to take some time out of their day when they're not at school to educate themselves on whatever is going on in the world. This is one way of taking yourself out of the aquarium and seeing over the horizon. And if and when the opportunity comes your way, travel, see the world, learn other cultures, and see what's going on out there. You don't have to travel and live overseas, you know, that's your prerogative, but travel. I implore all Jamaicans to travel, physically travel or travel with our minds, especially with this new technology called the internet. That's pretty much all I have to say today. I hope you guys like this one. I look forward to your comment. And like I always say in this channel, each one teach one. Until next time, peace.